I'd like to thank Madam Chair, the Mayor and the Council for giving me this opportunity to speak to you about the policy that is before the Council today. I am a citizen of Hamilton, have been for 28 years. I have a trans daughter who came out to us 5 years ago, and that's why I'm here today, to show my support for her. She's has anxiety issues, so she can't be here today, so I'm her voice. I'd like to publicly support this policy. It's an important venue to say to those people who are marginalized that you count. If you look at the statistics of trans people in a family, when they are not supported in the household, the suicide rate skyrockets. It's astronomical. And as a city, putting this policy forward says, hey, you count, you matter, we're in your corner. In approaching this, you know, I've run this speech over 1,000 times in my head, and I've come up with different things. But one of the things that speaks out to me is that the mission statement of the city, which you're all familiar with, there's also a part of it that says our culture. And one of the points that spoke to me was courageous change. And I think it shows courageous change that the city would investigate this and say, look, let's take a look at this situation. You know, is there something more that we can do? Can we say that transgender people matter? They're important. They're people. And I think that's really good, but I look at it, and my life experience is, when I was a 25-year-old, I had the opportunity to work for a European company. Here's a 25-year-old raised in North America, and I went to our office in Europe, and there was gender-neutral washrooms. That's all that was in there. And it was a shock to me because I only knew 2 types of washrooms. But after a day or so, it was no problem because I had become accustomed to it. In this particular community, there were places to go to the washroom in the middle of the city center, and it was just basically a wire cage that gave you a bit of modesty, but you were in the middle of the street doing your business, and sometimes that's a stinky business. You know, so I look at that as a life experience that we can look at around the world and see what other communities are doing. One of my colleagues came up to me with great excitement and wanted to tell me that she had been to a hockey tournament in Charlottetown. And lo and behold, they had gender-neutral washrooms in the rink there. Who would think? PEI, middle of nowhere, they've got gender-neutral washrooms. We can look to that. One of the, to give you an example, my transgender daughter and I, we love to go to the movies. And when she came out to us, she all of a sudden pulled back, and I thought, why do you not want to go to the movies? And it came down to this washroom issue. And I said to her, she said, Dad, what do I do if I go into the female washroom and someone says something? I said, you come and get me, and we'll deal with it. I'd also like to thank the city, because I was the parent who lodged the complaint about a poster that was placed on a city bus shelter. Thank you for your quick response to pull that down. And as a side note, that poster was delivered to my front door. And it was a shock to me because I thought I was targeted. But in retrospect, I was not. It also struck up a conversation with my neighbors who were very supportive of my daughter, my community, that being transgender is okay. There's nothing here to see people. They're citizens, they're good people. Let's support them.
You're at time. 5 minutes.
Okay. You know what? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for the presenter? No? Seeing none, thank you very much.